Hey guys, welcome back. I apologize if it is too bright and too sunny. I could not do this video in the house. It is way too hot. It's like 102 here in Brazil. So we are going to get right into an album review, and we are going to do it in the beautiful Brazil sun. So I hope you guys are okay with that because I really don't have another choice. Alright, so this review is going to be C Styles, or Chicago Styles. He's a Chicago rapper, and this is his album, The Fear of Success. Now, I checked out this album. It was pretty cool. It was something a little bit different. So I want to, present it to you guys and see how you feel about it. So I'm going to get right into it, as always. Number one is the intro. And it's just kind of like him talking to himself, motivating himself, thinking, vocalizing his thoughts about how he wants to be good, he wants to be, great, he wants to push himself, and that's awesome. That's a cool intro to the album. The second track, Money We Made It. And this one starts off with a pretty good flow. It's a really good way to kind of introduce what he's about. There's some really good lines in here, really good delivery, and just a really good intro to the album. Gives you kind of a feel for who he is and where he's at. The third track is The Fear of Success, featuring Robin Blue. This one is a simple enough beat, but it's still really cool, keeping with, pretty solid rhymes here. It's got a nice mix with the vocals, delivery, the instrumentals. Nothing really overpowers here. It all kind of melds nicely. So, again, keeping strong, keeping strong. The fourth track on here, Wishing You a Happy Birthday. Now, this one kind of caught me off guard here. And it's because it doesn't really sound like a heavy track if you're just listening to it. But when you actually, listen to the lyrics and what he's talking about, it is a very heavy track. And it's about, his decision to have an abortion and not have his child, and it's talking, to that child, wondering what they would be like now and if he made the right decision, and that just whole kind of, in the feels of that topic. And I think that was really bold of him. It was really kind of gutsy to come out and talk about that and to rap about it, and I think it did really, really good things for him. And, the chorus here is kind of bouncy. It has like a different timing than the rest of the lines in this track, which I think was an unexpected choice, and it kind of goes with it. Number 5, Drinking Behind the Wheel. Again, another kind of, cool track to just listen to, but if you listen to the lyrics, it's a little heavier than you would normally have expected. It's a story. All right, so it's about drinking, driving, hitting someone, a police chase, the whole 9 yards. It's kind of funny because it's, a little bit like a crazy story, but it is very serious, has a serious meaning and message, and I think it's really good that he's touching on topics that most rappers don't really touch on. He's kind of getting some really serious stuff across in a way that doesn't sound very serious and kind of dragging it down. Number 6, Ridin', featuring Kirko Bangs and Cold Ice. Now, we all know I love Kirko. Anything he touches, I'm pretty much gonna think is awesome. So that's pretty cool. So we all know that I love Kirko. They all have a really good flow here, and all three guys kind of meld together, not in a bad way, but they go together really well. Nobody stands out, nobody's overpowering anyone, and I think that it all comes together to make a pretty good track. Number 7, Sweet Home Chicago. I don't know, because I'm a Jersey girl, so I prefer New York City, but if you want Chicago, go for it, man, rep it. And this is featuring Robbie Blue. Now, this one's got kind of a sweet beat. It's very, very smooth. Again, I'm a little more, New York City, so this doesn't really touch me there, but anyway, this is, about Chi-Town, where he grew up, just talking about some of the things back home, and that's really cool. The track's pretty easy to digest. It's not, nothing really overpowers, and it's a really cool track. I understand, repping your home. Number 8, Start Over Again. This is about giving second chances, do-overs. It's got a really light beat. He's got a light delivery, but again, really good flow. I could not find one spot on this album where his flow was off or felt awkward to me. Everything went really well. Number 9, Can't Get Enough. This one starts off with a pretty fun beat. It's one of the more fast-paced tracks on this album. He starts off rapping, but kind of gets a little more into like almost singing, and I think it works really well. It's definitely something cool to throw in on the second half of this album. I think it really works, and it's something that sets it apart from some of the other tracks. 10, You Will Remember with D. Rich. This is a slower track about an old relationship, kind of reminiscent, just getting all up in the feels. It's got a good flow, very smooth delivery, kind of really cool instrumentals, just, again, getting in those feels. He's good for getting up in the feels, good and bad. Number 11, Your Perfect Imperfections, featuring Cold Ice. I love the video for this. His girlfriend was actually in the video. I looked at some of the, behind the scenes footage, and I think that's really awesome that he put her in there. And this video is about, embracing who you are, being happy with yourself. It's got a really good message. Again, he's really putting out good messages and a lot of very serious topics in a way that still sounds pretty cool. Number 12, Surrender. He's got a pretty quick flow here. It sounds really good. The instrumental, I think, is very close to being too overpowering, though. It's not too much for me, but it was almost taking it there. I almost could have done with a little bit of a more simple kind of instrumental on this track, but still, the rhymes were really good. Pretty quick, nice. Still bringing it with the rhymes here. Number 13, Where the Love At, featuring Cold Ice. The vocals here are really smooth, really, really cool, really kind of almost R&B. I like the piano here that comes in and out throughout the track. This is one of my favorite tracks on this album. It's pretty chill, but it's still kind of a fun, cool track. Number 14, the closing track of this album, is Knock Knock. This one, I think, is my favorite of the album. And it's got kind of an eerie track to it, which I love. I love kind of off, eerie, creepy kind of instrumentals, and this has that. And his delivery was very fast. His rhymes kill it. He really came through with the final track on this, left a good taste in your mouth, closing out the album. So I will link to the album here in the description. I will link to that video for Your Perfect Imperfections. And you guys should definitely go check him out. His name is C Styles. And let me know what you thought of the album. I thought it was really good. He brought something really new to the table with his messages and the stories that he puts into his raps, not just rapping about, women and money and cars. So let me know what you guys thought. Definitely check it out, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next review. Stay cool.